The legend of Yue Fei, the man behind Eagle Claw Kung Fu. Welcome to the show, everyone. This is the martial way, where we dive into the history, philosophy, and practice of Kung Fu martial arts legends and how they continue to inspire us today. I'm your host, Andy, and today we're talking about one of the greatest figures in Chinese history, General Yue Fei, the legendary warrior who inspired Eagle Claw Kung Fu. His story is a mix of history, myth, and martial excellence, and trust me, it's one worth knowing. Alright, so let's start with a bit of background. Yue Fei was born in 1103 during the Song dynasty. This was a time of turmoil. China was under constant threat from the Jurchen-led Jin dynasty in the north. At an early age, Yue Fei was known for his discipline, strength, and intelligence. He trained in martial arts and military strategy, and by the time he became a general, he had earned a reputation as an unstoppable force on the battlefield. His army was feared, not just for their skills, but for their unwavering loyalty. And that loyalty came from Yue Fei himself. Now, if you've ever heard the phrase, serve the country with utmost loyalty, Ying Jow Pai, that's Yue Fei's motto, and it was literally tattooed on his back by his mother. Imagine that, having such a strong dedication to your country that it's permanently marked on your skin. Yue Fei's fighting style and the origins of Eagle Claw. So, how did Yue Fei become connected to martial arts, and more importantly to Eagle Claw Kung Fu? Yue Fei was trained in various forms of combat, including hand-to-hand fighting, archery, and battlefield strategy. But one of the key elements that set him apart was his focus on grappling and joint locks. The soldiers under his command were taught a highly effective method of combat that focused on Qin Na, the Chinese art of joint manipulation, takedowns, and pressure point attacks. This military-style system was designed for battlefield efficiency, quick, decisive movements to incapacitate enemies fast. Over time, the techniques Yue Fei taught his soldiers evolved into a distinct martial arts system. Fast forward a few centuries, his fighting style was refined and passed down through various masters until it officially became what we now call Eagle Claw Kung Fu, Ying Jow Pai. The emphasis on gripping strength, joint locks, and fluid, explosive movements all trace back to Yue Fei's battlefield methods. The fall of Yue Fei, betrayal and martyrdom. Of course, no great warrior story is complete without betrayal, and Yue Fei's story is tragic. Despite his undefeated record on the battlefield, Yue Fei's growing popularity made him a threat to corrupt officials in the Song government. One of these officials, Qin Hui, orchestrated a scheme to bring Yue Fei down. He was falsely accused of treason and thrown into prison. The legend goes that he was given the chance to confess to crimes he didn't commit, but he refused. Eventually, he was executed, and his death became one of the greatest injustices in Chinese history. But here's the thing, Yue Fei never truly disappeared. His legacy lived on in martial arts, in the hearts of his followers, and in the principles he stood for: loyalty, honor, and resilience. How Yue Fei's legacy lives on today. Today, Yue Fei is remembered as a national hero in China. Statues, temples, and even poetry have been dedicated to him. His martial arts legacy remains one of the most respected systems in Kung Fu. Eagle Claw Kung Fu is still practiced worldwide, and it continues to embody the spirit of Yue Fei. The techniques he taught his soldiers are now refined for modern practice, but the essence remains: grappling, locking, striking, and unshakable discipline. For those of us who practice Eagle Claw, we're not just learning techniques, we're carrying on the spirit of a warrior who gave everything for his people. And that's something worth remembering. So what can we take from Yue Fei's story? Loyalty matters. Whether to your country, your students, or your craft, staying true to your values defines you. Discipline wins battles. Yue Fei's army was outnumbered many times, but training and strategy always gave them the edge. Your legacy is built on what you teach. Yue Fei's direct influence still exists today in martial arts. Nearly 900 years after his death, that's real impact. Thanks for tuning in to The Martial Way. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and follow me on social media handles. Until next time, train hard, stay disciplined, and honor the past while building your future. See you next time.